3 super fast manifesting techniques with the law of money. Manifestation and creating your reality works. Today, I'm going to give you 3 techniques that you can start using right now so that you can speed up your manifestations. The biggest thing that I've found is if you don't have full conviction, full on faith that the thing that you desire is on its way to you or that you can have it, it's probably not going to come. Also, if there's just the slightest ounce drop of doubt, it could derail that thing that you desire from coming to you, and your manifestation won't work. Well, maybe some of you have heard, listen to brain waves, write down your manifestation 555 times, and then it'll come true. But for most of us, we don't have time to do all that stuff, and we want consistent tools to use over and over again. Things that won't spend hours and hours to get the result, because really manifestation should be so easy. It's not something that you have to work at or it has to be hard. That's why I'm going to make it super easy for you. I'm going to give you 3 techniques that you can start using today so that your manifestations can show up easier and more effortlessly. Hi, my name is Shamina Taylor. I'm a business mentor and wealth expert. If you desire to shift your relationship with money, then this is the channel for you. Go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, so that you can be notified when I'm dropping a new video. Number 1, whatever you believe is law. That's it. I want you to really listen to this really, really carefully, because what I'm about to share with you could be the one thing that shifts your consciousness, shifts your awareness to open up, to expand for the more. So listen in. So let's look at somebody who is very successful. They have all the things that you want. What they believe is working out for them because it's showing up in their life right now. So what did they have to believe? Because their beliefs became law in their world. So I invite you to look at your beliefs. Why don't you write them down? Maybe share in the comments below what some of your beliefs are when it comes to money. Because your beliefs will always be the thing that govern exactly how money shows up in your life. So for example, if you believe that money always leaves you, then that's your belief. So that's your vibrational frequencies. So then you're going to have situations where money is going and leaving you because that's what you believe. And you're going on a basis of past evidence and experience. So you're using that to create your present and future because you're going on, well, it left before, so it's going to leave again. So if that's ever happened to you, then what if we turned it around? What's the opposite? What if you believe that money came and stayed, or it compounded and you could do whatever you want with it? You see what I mean? Like, look and see what the alternative is on the opposite side of that belief that's not bringing a result to you right now. So let's reverse engineer this. What if you have the thing that you want, the thing that you desire? Imagine you having it right now. What did you have to believe in order for you to have that thing right now? What did you have to change about what you currently believe so that you can make room for this outcome to show up in your life? This experience, this tangible thing, whatever it is. What did you have to believe about money for money to show up this way, for you to create this experience, for you to create this outcome? Think about it and reverse engineer it backwards. Many people say they want more. They want more money, but in actuality, they're not even open to receiving of the more. They don't even have beliefs aligned with the more. They have a lot of conditions about how money shows up, but they're not just open to, yes, this is mine. I get to have this. So if your frequency isn't open in abundance about you having of the more, then you're not going to attract the more. So you want to be really intentional about how you're assigning meaning to money and what it looks like in your life, because that is exactly how the law is going to show up. What do you want to really think and feel about it in order for you to have the end result, that end amount, whatever that experience is? Number 2, start creating a simulation of what you desire. Neville Goddard said, feeling is the secret. And when he was being taught how to get the final outcome, one of the things, and I'm not a Neville Goddard expert, just sharing this one little thing, they said was to feel as if you were already in Barbados. What would it feel like? So you want to get into this state of, this is how I manifested my G-Wagon. This is how I manifested every single thing in my life. I had never even driven a G-Wagon before I bought one, but I had already manifested it. I manifested the money to purchase it, all of it, because I was getting into the state of the feeling of having it and being in there and just what would it feel like, and I was using a rental car and I was driving around and I was like, whoa, I already have a G-Wagon. That's how I was kind of doing it. And then so Neville Goddard would be like, well, I'm in Barbados. Instead of I'm on my way to Barbados, the end result would be I'm in Barbados. Well, how would you feel if you were there? How would it feel at the end, at the outcome? Because creating the simulation is telling, like, this the universe doesn't know the difference between what's real and not, right? It's just the state of you and what you're being in and what you're admitting and what your frequency is. That's energetically what you're going to attract more of. And this is why our emotions are so important, why I teach about emotional mastery. My number 1 program is accessing the quantum through emotional self-mastery. When you can understand your emotions, you can create your reality. And I've done it repeatedly over and over and over again, using the same techniques to get everything that I desire. Everything on my list, just check, 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 coming into my space. I want that for you too. So now we're in the state of, oh, I have this thing. And so the universe is like, oh, she has that thing, or he, oh, there it is. There's the match. And it's going to close the gap, and it's going to bring things like this to you because you already have that thing. So it's like when you lose something, you never say, I've lost the thing. You just basically, because if you say you lost it, you don't have it, right? You're like, I'm going to find it. It's not lost. And sure enough, you find the thing you were looking for. But when you say it's lost, I can't find it. Well, that's what you're going to attract, right? Same kind of concept. You're looking here. I'm in it. I have it. It's done. But this is the emotional work that people can't get behind because they can't feel it to be true, because their sabotage comes in, or their doubt comes in, or they're looking at their current reality and they're like, oh, it's not working. Their lack and scarcity comes in. They're like, I need evidence. This stops it. This pumps the brakes on getting the things that we want. You can't get into a simulation when you're just constantly looking at the reality around you because it's not allowing you to get into the state of. And the state of and who you're being is crucial and critical for you attracting what you want. Our emotions have the strongest frequency we possibly can have. This is something that I think people overlook, why they're afraid to use it, and it's really important that we learn how to get to the emotional state because that's what we're going to be feeling all the time. And in my book, Unlocking the Quantum Woman, I knew I wanted to create a book. I set intentions about this book. This book was going to be a book that you read, that it was going to be a book that changed lives, millions of lives, that it was be a book that you bought, that you gave to other people. I didn't have a huge book launch. This book is killing it on Amazon right now. It is changing people's lives all over because I had an intention with it when I wrote it. Before I even wrote the book, back in 2017, I would talk about the book as if the book was done, what the book was doing, how the book was affecting the world. And then the people who came to help me write the book, and assisted in the process of it, it all just fell together. So think about the end result. How are you going to feel when it's there? And how can you be in that state now? By the way, go get this book. Going to change your life. And if you already have it, leave me a review. And once we have the emotional state, the next thing is alignment. Alignment trumps everything. So if you have a resistance, out of alignment. If you're doing something that's not getting you to the result that you want, you be out of alignment. So every day you want to check in. Am I doing the things that I say I was going to do? Am I being who I want to be? Do I have a clear frequency? Am I in alignment? Does this feel aligned? And then that's the state that you're going to create from. That's what's going to pull it in. Because once you're in alignment, you've got a vibrational match and things are going to come to you. But if you're out of alignment, your frequency is not going to be there. And so you're not going to be able to track what you want. It's going to be maybe a hit or miss, and it won't be a consistent thing over and over again. It might come in a little bit, but then it'll go away. Or little parts will come in, not the whole thing. And we want you to get everything you want. Bang, 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 bang. Because when we're in alignment, guess what? We then now have a place to quantum leap. But if you're not in alignment, maybe parts might go here, parts might go here. They go sideways. But the chances of you going are really low. And this is why I wrote my book, because it's going to help you get into that emotional alignment and get your mindset into alignment. Your actions will be aligned. And then now you can have the opportunity to quantum leap to the result you want. That version of you exists in the quantum field. All we're trying to do is collapse the time to bring you closer so that you can get it now, as opposed to years from now. So everything you do, you wake up, you act as if that is done. For one of the things I had to do, act like a wealthy woman now. Do things that a wealthy woman would do. How would I show up? How would I act? I was my future self right now. I allowed myself to be in that state. I started curbing my thoughts. Where's my belief systems? How was everything showing up as if I already had the thing that I wanted? Remember, we're in Barbados. Remember, we're driving a G-Wagon or whatever it is that you want to drive. Number 3, start by manifesting smaller things. This is such a key thing, and I think people overlook it, because they look at the little thing and they're like, oh, does it mean anything? I'm telling you, these little things actually start helping you work that muscle so that expectation can be there. It is the most powerful thing I've ever done when it comes to believing it was coming, staying in the faith of it. It came from the small things, not when the big things came in, because that sometimes could be inconsistent. But when small things consistently were showing up, guess what? Your expectation muscle just got like, it's happening. I know everybody wants to manifest money and they want to happen yesterday. And so more money, more money, more money. It's possible. You can have it. I'm telling you right now, because money can change your situation, can change your circumstances. There's so many things that come from it. It's a beautiful thing. However, not a lot of people can hold that faith or allow themselves to have the belief that the money's coming. And sometimes when they're looking for larger sums of money and when they see something smaller, they'll just like, oh, it's not working. It's not working. It's not true. It's not true that it's not working. But if you see it's not working, guess what? It's not going to be working. And sometimes when we put a larger amount saying, like, for me, for example, I said on a video on Instagram, this time next year, I'm going to be a millionaire. Well, this time that next year, I was a millionaire. $1 million has dropped. $1 million had crossed my Stripe account. It was insane, but it was all, of course. Because if you're in alignment with the thing that you desire, it's going to show up. So when we start with smaller things, it builds our faith. It builds our conviction. It builds the expectation. Of course, this is coming. Of course, this is on its way. Of course, I can have this thing. Maybe it's starting with, getting parking spots at the gym. Maybe it's like, seeing that you're going to find money on the ground, like something small like that. Could be a penny, could be 5 cents, whatever it is. Maybe it's like, by the end of the week, someone's going to offer you to take you to lunch. Whatever it is, start playing around with it. Let it be light. Let it be fun. Let it be easy. It's not supposed to be stressful, desperate, and has to happen. Because if we put that kind of pressure on it, guess what? It's not going to happen because it's desperate energy, and desperate energy is not abundance. It's scarcity, and it will not bring your money result that you're searching for. This is what I recommend to my clients who come into my programs. You got to get to the core of it. We got to figure out what's going on so that we can get you into alignment, so that you can get all the things that you desire. So start small. Start seeing those wins so that you can exercise that muscle, because right now you are manifesting, but you're not manifesting consistently or with intentions of the way you want to. And when we start doing this, then you can start asking the universe, hello, universe. Hi, I'd like to place my order. And then things start coming to you because you started expecting it. Actually, my very first program was called Hotline to Universe because I was getting things just on repeat, doing what I'm teaching now. This was like 5 years ago. And I was like, well, I'm just going to call the universe right now and tell the universe that these are the things that I want. And guess what? They're going to show up. And they did. So this is where you have to just believe it's already done. But what happens with especially women who are in their heads and they're in that masculine state, they're always looking for, well, where is it? Well, how is it going to work? Show me. I need to see evidence. I need to know that it's working. I can't hold the faith. This is too uncomfortable. I want to know all the things right now. But by doing that, you're actually pumping the brakes on your desires and you're pushing them away. This is why it's so important, why I teach about the masculine and feminine energy when it comes to money and wealth, because it's really imperative that you are able to open yourself up to hold the faith and to receive and just to trust that it is on the way. And this is the work of being able to hold that. And it's very vital in the equation of having the things that you want. So when I started manifesting butterflies, pennies, really easy things like a rainbow. I started manifesting someone that I haven't spoken to in the past would call me, like really, and boy, that was crazy when I started getting text messages and things like that. But things that are very easy that you don't have an emotional attachment to. And I'll tell you why. It's so that you can start rewiring your brain to believe that, of course, I get all the things that I want. If you are manifesting a parking spot at the gym, and let's say you get it 3 days out of the week, but the fourth day you don't, it doesn't mean all your manifestations are down the drain or that you're a terrible manifester. It just means that day you didn't, but the 3 other days that you did. So let's celebrate those, right? And then you'll get like me. Every time I go to the gym, there's that valet parking spot. I call it valet because it's right close to the gym, is waiting for me. And people even said, how do you always get that spot? They noticed because they see my G-Wagon there. And I'm just like, yeah, well, I just expect it. I mean, I just expect someone's going to be pulling out or it's just waiting for me there because it's not the end of the world if it doesn't happen. I mean, maybe when it's 20 degrees here in Chicago, but you get to be in the expectation of it coming to you. So start something small. And then it's like, when you start looking for red cars on the road, your brain is going to start be programmed to see the red cars. I want you to start seeing things and start conditioning yourself to believe that the things that you desire are actually right there and they're on the way to you. When you can do that, so much will change. If you want help with this and you want a guidebook, this is the book to get. Start here. Unlocking the Quantum Woman. Go read this book and do the exercise. Do not rush through the whole book. Please take your time and go through it. And if you've already gone through it, go ahead and leave me a review on Amazon. I would love it. And if you want to really start implementing some of this stuff in the book so you can start hearing it, hear the consciousness of it, continue watching these YouTube videos, but also go listen to my podcast, Unapologetically Rich. It's going to be such a quick hit to help get you and shift you into that alignment, get you into the place of belief, and allow you to be opened up to the receiving of more. If you want more work with me, send my team an email at support@shaminataylor.com. I have a program called the Millionaire Club. It is amazing. We go through all my core programs. You get a Q&A question in a group with me once a week. I mean, when you work with me, your quantum leap is going to go so much faster. And we have an amazing community of women that you can join in. And I give you the actual tools and what you need to do so that you can start turning on that manifestation and get the things that you want right. Go ahead and get the freebies down in the description. They're going to help you. And there's some paid programs in there, little ones. Get your feet wet, start taking them, and get into this state of. All right. If you enjoyed this, please leave me a like. Don't forget to comment below what you're manifesting, something small, and stay tuned for the next video. Bye for now.